Welcoming you back to Crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. I am under attack from the Matrix. Of course, the Matrix is coming out to get us, friends. It's here for my pegs. It's here for my pointy elbows. It's here for my amazingly straight posture. They're here to take my Pokeballs. They are trying to keep us down. They're not going to get us down because Mr. Computer Guy is eventually going to solve the problem. I am getting bricked to hell with my original PC, friends, but I am doing the best I can right now. Let's check out what's happening over there in crypto currency land. We're looking at BTC at 117,000 American dollars. We're starting to crank on through. Let me tell you something right now, friends. I woke up, man, I've been crying. I've been breaking stuff. I just wanted to backflip this PC. I've been bricked up, down, left, right, putting these freaking, I don't know who Rufus is, but I've used him to pretty much flash a USB drive, put this other dog shit on there. Windows 11 was a wrong reinstall. Go back in, gets bricked again. Nothing's working. I ran over to the computer guy. I was like, listen, brother. Whoever's in the queue, I'm paying to get in front. And he let me. I'm not letting this weekend go by, bro. You're going to fix my PC. Because let me tell you something as well, friends. We're looking at BTC at 118,000 American dollars right now. In the past, whenever there's going to be a big, giant move, stuff just starts breaking. I remember right before in the bear market of 2018, I still remember, friends, actually 2019, right? If you remember this story, let me show it to you right here. You know this move right here? You went BTC pretty much in, I think it was right here actually, exactly in April 2019. You know what happened there? BitMEX started breaking for no reason. It just started breaking. Few hours later, Bitcoin did the most amazing stock market, smashing through the roof. It was the most suspicious bullshit thing I've ever seen in my life. And friends, this happens in the CME. This happens in stocks. I don't know what it is. Right before these big moves, stuff just starts breaking. Computers start blowing up. I don't know what it is. Is it insiders? I got no idea, okay? But we're going to crack on through. We've got some juicy news to go on through right now, friends. I've given the green emoji to BTC. But Ethereum is still a tulip. And yes, friends, even it was funny enough, Ethereum was literally about 2,988. 2,988. It was about $10 away from 3,000. And you know what I did? I rounded it down because that's exactly what you deserve in Ethereum. You get rounded down. That's all you get. Right now, it's actually ticking above 3,000 American dollars. Checking it out. This is the Ethereum price chart. Remember, friends, the CME gap is at 3,200. That's what we're waiting for. We're now solidifying ourselves back into the middle of this range. We got quite a while to go. The big range, though, that we've got to clear is at 3,800. That's why, personally, friends, I'll play some Pokemon music for you. But we just got to be mindful. We just got to be mindful that Ethereum, no one cares, bro. Unless you're printing a 5, no one cares. Initially I said 4,000, but I'm like, you know what, man? It's been too long, bro. 4,000 is not good enough. We need a 5,000. But at 4,000 Ethereum price, we'll start getting a bit tingly, if you know what I mean. At 4,000, I don't even care about these threes. I want it to do a flash rally. It's got so much more further to go. We've got a lot of things to actually cover, friends. The daily super trend for BTC Bitcoin is now confidently through up here. It's now in price discovery. Hopefully, we are moving towards the next big Fibonacci. It's around this 130 to 140 zone, and then we'll see what happens after this point. Blockchain backer saying everyone thinks it's over soon. We'll see about that, Mr. BCB and everyone else. Habibi, Alibi. Like BCB, I know you say it's over, bro, but are you going to be willing to call the cycle over if XRP doesn't hit your target? Because they all want to sell XRP at $9. And, you know, I'm thinking, hey, what if it stops at $6 and then drops 55%? You're going to get out? You're going to get out? You've literally waited 8 years for this moment. You're going to get back at all-time high at $3. We'll see. Or they'll probably change the stories. Right? It's going to be interesting how it all plays out. Now, friends, the total crypto market cap, I'm going to show it to you again. It's going to be it's a bit family friendly, because we're starting to move up now. Crypto is now 3.64 trillion. We wanted to go to 10 trillion because we needed to go to 10 trillion. We've got AI, robotics, quantum, all these other stuff that might boost the S&P 500 and make people start to capitulate on the idea of being a soy boy bear and start to imagine a better future, a better tomorrow. AI, quantum, robotics, bioengineering, all these other stuff out here. We're still waiting for all these things to really get into a mania phase. Right now, people don't even believe, friends. They don't believe at all, right? Like right now, like no one even really, even thinks, oh, wow, a lot of human diseases and a lot of your future health, heart problems and lung problems, we might be able to diagnose them like, 5 or 10 years earlier, because AI is going to be able to basically read through like 40 trillion bits of information when it comes to your DNA cells, and it might be able to find correlations between stuff that we can't find. And ChatGPT might be like, oh, wow, your levels are going up, which shows that you're going to have a pretty poopy, say, liver function in the next 15 years. So you actually better slow down your alcohol level now. It might tell you stuff like that, and you won't know until maybe it gets to the point of no return, and you got to go seek the Dr. Maroonies later on. Little things like that, that's really going to change the industry. And that's just the health industry as well. We're going to have robo-taxis, friends, a lot of other stuff out here, but we haven't really got to that stage yet. Right now, it's just NVIDIA, NVIDIA and and ChatGPT is basically just like an oracle. You're talking to a person, but they can't invent stuff yet, right? We're going to get to that point, and everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, the AI is sentient. That'll be quite a tale to tell. Now, the weekly super trend for BTC is our North Star pretty much. It's still green. BTC at 118,000 American dollars. We're entering now this phase. It feels like it's like day one now of the thrust, where we're going to start to get a bit excited. I can even show you now the OTHERS-BTC chart. You check it out. OTHERS-BTC, I mean, you got a long, long, long way to go. I don't even want to consider that it's over until OTHERS-BTC goes back to 40, pretty much. This is 0.40. That means Others is 40% of Bitcoin's market cap price. Because just personally, friends, when the US president releases a meme coin and dumps it on everyone, and Melania, his wife, who you'd still go, of course, you know what I mean? One up for the Melania team. She releases a meme coin, she dumps, okay? It's literally crime season. And then you have Justin Sun bribing his way to get the SEC to drop the cases from him, which is awesome, and he still has a giant head-to-body ratio, the biggest in crypto, actually. You have all these things, meme coin SuperCycle, StableCoin SuperCycle. You've got Anthony Pomp and every other Bitcoin maxi backing down on all their words about Bitcoin only. Now they're basically equivalently just shilling altcoins, except that the altcoin is a stock which says, oh, we promised to have Bitcoin on the balance sheet. You know what I mean? So it doesn't tell me we're stopping at 3 to 5 trillion. When I see all of that, it seems like these are the types of news events that I think in my mind where we go too far on the upside. And I'd say 10 trillion, friends. We might even burst to like 13 or 14 trillion, where I'm like, you know what? I think we're worth this much. I just don't think we're worth this much right now. We're probably worth this much in 3 or 4 years, which means we've got to head ourselves. That's the type of mania we're looking for. That's what we should get. And should though, and what's the market going to do? It's up to it, right? So OTHERS-BTC is still very low out here, but everything else is pretty much working in our favor. Now, what I'm going to do is, once again, family friendly. I'm going to show you the global liquidity fractal with BTC, checking it out. It's still cranking on up. So why this is interesting, friends, I've shown you this every day. It's very interesting that this thing is still implying up only in Rectember, which is usually a poopy month. You see that? It still ticks up, which is actually pretty cool. So the disconnect to the global M2, it actually happens at the end of the bull, where we disconnect to the upside. So that's actually the business cycle taken into effect. So the money printer, they keep printing and printing and printing. And then eventually, though, we take a positive flywheel effect from the money printing. That's what ends up happening. So the money printer, that's where you see this effect right here. So you'll probably see towards the end of the cycle, whenever it is, we don't even follow this that much anymore. What we might find is that BTC, instead of like following it, it literally just starts like blowing the roof off. Let me just show it to you right now. It might just go and just do that. And you're like, whoa, we're like accelerating up. See, that's when everyone thinks we're like getting started. That's when like the euphoria signals come. When they go, the US dollar is dead. Fiat is dead. We'll never need another US dollar ever again. Once they start talking like that, it's pretty much game over. Because that's when the disconnect happens, right? What's a disconnect? It means people have come in, the positive flywheel is here, and no one knows how to price it correctly for the next 3 to 4 years. So usually in a mania, I mean, that's the best part about crypto. We have limited supply of stuff. So when you see like disconnection of correlation, it's pretty much baked into the scarcity of all the coins, and everything just starts cranking up. Now we don't know how much they're going to crank up. Hopefully it's 2017 style, but we'll see. Now, I'm going to check out racist Russell 2000. I'm noticing that the racist Russell 2000, he's still racist. He still doesn't have any white friends. He's probably writing a bit too many articles about how the white race should be diluted, if you know what I mean. So the racist Russell 2000, it's still got to get to the all-time high. It's a reflection of the business cycle. But the big daddy is our big traffic light, which is the most important. It's the Standard & Poor's S&P 500. It's still through the all-time high, cracking on around here. So all the macro looks pretty good. Yeah, we're now in joyful July. I guess it was buy in May and go away. Ha, ha, ha. Now, friends, I think I'm just going to take a bit of a moment now. I've got to get for you a peg. Because I'm just going to peg one nipple here, okay? Because remember, the Matrix is still after me, right? But I'm sending him a signal, okay? You see this, Mr. Matrix? You won't win. We're going to win. Now, do you know Soylana? You do know Soylana. Have a look at the SOL-eth ratio, friends. It is collapsing. Boom. Check this out. It is ticking down. Now, you might say, that's weird. What's going on here? Well, as I said, Soylana has already been priced to perfection. How do I know that? Well, for starters, you had 1.5 years of positive coverage and cemented singular coverage all over the cryptocurrency lands. Sir Ivan, Banter, Randy Boo, you name them, friends. Every single person, Soylana Maxi. Every single person, which is okay. The thing is, though, eventually you get priced to perfection. You guys are all betting on the favorite. And now the favorite has shown itself to be the favorite. Raoul Pal, 1 million followers as well. So think about that, friends. Crypto Banter, 1.2 million subscribers. Raoul Pal has 1 million people on Twitter. You add all those up. Ivan has 500,000 people, 500,000 smart people as well. Shout out to Ivan. But it's funny, friends. Everybody does their own independent research, and they're like, no, this thing has got adoption. Okay, well, bro, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It matters about positioning of the market. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter if you're smart or dumb. The markets are the great equalizer, bro. Is everybody in or not? When every single channel in the cryptocurrency lands is shilling Soylana, plus Bitcoin maxis are saying they would rather Soylana than anything else, right? And I told you why, and it's because they don't see Soylana as a threat. They think Soylana is just centralized trash and can easily be destroyed. That's why they like it over Ethereum. Once you see that, bro, for like 9 months in a row, what do you think is happening? It's funny, friends. It's like the G word, greed. Some say grapes. I prefer grapes. Greed comes out because people are thinking in their mind, well, Soylana's not $2,000 yet, you know? But bro, if Bitcoin's 200K and Ty Lopez is here grifting another sales course, that's like you saying, well, Bitcoin's not $13 million yet. We can't go down, you know? And like, imagine you say that to someone who goes, the Bitcoin treasury companies can never go down. Okay, so I'm just showing that to you, friend. This is the SOL-eth ratio. You can't discount this, bro. Like, look at the price action. Ethereum went to zero here. Donald Pump, with his gilf wife, Melania, launched a token here. Like, you've had 2 moments to get out. Actually, 3. And this period, by the way, was like 6 months, okay? And it's starting to tick down. Obviously, Ethereum's coming back. Ethereum's the most hated asset, deep value contrarian. I guess we'll see how it all plays out, right? Where's all the money going to go? You know, is StableCoin SuperCycle, meme-coin SuperCycle, are they going to continue? But, you know, we'll see, friends. Look, the thing is, look, I've told you thousands of times as well, every single soy boy and toe sucker, LA Vape Cabal toe sucker, okay, in the world is short soy, short Ethereum. And it's undeniable at this point. I mean, the Cuck Mercantile Exchange says it. They all say it, bro. You're all short. Every single one of you is short. Now, it's kind of funny. There is a CME gap here. That's actually interesting, this little CME gap. But why is that? Because it went and it cranked on through the close. Wow. So maybe it comes back down and it pings it before it goes up. You know what I mean? Never goes up. Maybe it does something like that and pings it down. But we'll see. So the price around 2,800. Like I said, we didn't give a crap anyway. We needed above 4,000 to start getting tingly, and then I want to see it trade at 5, and then pretty much I'll remove the racism tag from it. Now, what's going on in the land of Fart Chain? So Fart Chain, aka PulseChain, here's the 24-hour charts: 6%, 5%. Hex has a massive dumper. I guess he's dumping Hex to move into Pulse. Quack, quack. I wonder who that could be. And then you have PDI up 5%. So pretty much nothing's moving. Dickwit Bar solidifying itself as valuable and probably a future BlackRock ETF with those 12% numbers. So I know we're waiting, friends. I know because the correlation doesn't work so simple, bro. If it was as simple as Ethereum goes up 5% and we go up 10%, not a single person would ever touch Ethereum. But you know the market doesn't work like that. There's this like powder keg moment and there's stopping and there's starting and there's correlations that go in and out and there's like slingshot effects. So that's what we're pretty much waiting for. I'm going to once again show you another family-friendly chart. This is the PulseChain chart on the left. It's on the monthly. We've got a long way to go before we get excited. Funny enough as well, the PDI chart is doing a very nice rounded move up. This is actually wonderful to see. It's not on a log chart anymore, isn't it? Looks funny. Looks funny. Look at all these moments, friends. Went to zero, went to zero, went to zero. Here we are again, ready to crank up on higher. We need Ethereum to unlock higher prices. Now, you and I are going to crack on with some news. So we have the US House Committee on Financial Services said that the next week is going to be big, friends. They're going to deliver on President Trump's call to make the US of A the crypto capital of the world. So why is this big news? Well, look, it's not that the news is big per se, which it is. It's that pretty much as we are moving up, green candles, price discovery, something's going to come out. That's what it more comes down to. Like, you know, some news is going to come out. Some country's going to say, oh, Bitcoin's gone $1 trillion. You know, Trump's going to say something. You know this by now, friends. During the red monthly candles, you know bad news is going to come out. Fake World War III FUD, fake alien invasion, crypto's going to zero, Trump doesn't like crypto anymore, whatever it is, right? During the green monthly candles, total opposite. So how far is this going to go? Well, we really hope this thing basically transcends big enough to make everyone really suspend belief that the cycle can end. Right now, we're so jaded. We're so despondent, man. Like look, man, it just, I hate to say it, friends. I know it's wild to say, but like all signs are saying to an extended cycle. All the signs. Because everybody is positioned wrecked, okay? And they can't let go, okay? So for them to let go, it's going to take a while. And we need, how can you make people let go? Well, you've got to get beyond the point where the 4-year cycle would end. That's how we do it. But right now, we've still got Cocktober to worry about. That's the 4-year cycle symmetry. That's where that's pretty much going to stop for the cycle. A lot of your mainstream KOLs, they're already dumping right now. Friends, I'm not making this up, okay? BTC 118K, they're starting to sell now, okay? Don't believe them when they say, oh, Bitcoin's going to 150. Yeah, bro, well, you're like you're 30% of your bag. They're selling now. They've said they've sold now. They're selling now. I'm not selling now. I don't care if it goes to zero. I mean, look, friends, I tripled down on videos as I'm bleeding subscribers. So clearly I didn't give a crap. But I didn't make it this far to G with all the people with the PTSD who didn't even hold in the last bear market, okay? Fed board member Christopher Waller says the Fed Reserve can consider cutting interest rates next month. So this is just bullshit words. Maybe they can. I guess they're seeing how the market will react to that. Major loser Jerome Powell's still a major loser. And I'm going to peg my second nipple now because the Matrix can't stop us. I don't care what they throw at us, friends. You see what I got? Huh? You see what I got? We've got plenty more of that coming. So the Federal Reserve and the business cycle and all these, we're still waiting for them to kick up. Just do something, bro. I don't know what you're going to do. Just do something. Is it just wait? Maybe it is wait. You know, maybe something will come out with ChatGPT, robo-taxis. We'll see. Easy Labs supports 10x Capital to launch a BNB treasury company eyeing a US listing. Wow. So this is interesting, right? When companies and countries like Bhutan, when they venture out of Bitcoin and Ethereum, their first preference is BNB. Because BNB, it's your cookie cutter, it's your normies altcoin. Because BNB is tied to Binance Exchange and it's got a buy and burn. And they do a buy and burn on it. Now, they don't officially tell you they're doing it, but you can see it from all the ratios. You know, and they like CZ. He's a respectable guy. You know, did 4 months because he didn't want to leave karaoke, KTV. You know what I mean? Girls said, you got to pay extra money. He's like, you know what? I'm staying a bit longer, you know? So he got arrested 4 months. But now he's out. Okay, so it's interesting how people think about these things. And we'll probably see BNB get flipped by something. Right, just so I can see myself in the future making a video go, well, You thought to make money in crypto, you buy a company with real cash flow? Think again, friend. I could see myself saying exactly that. Jack Ma, not to be confused with Jack Pa, has backed Ant Group, and he's going to integrate Circle's USDC into its global payment platform. Say it again. StableCoin SuperCycle. There you go. StableCoin SuperCycle confirming it's having a US bank account in everyone's hands. Some say hands. And thank you to the Evil Genius Stablecoin Act from JP Mosquito and all the other bug-eater banks. You basically make it illegal to give out yield. Actually, not basically. It is illegal to give out yield. And so you give more product market fit to PDI. So thank you. This was interesting as well, friends. Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs saw the same dollar flows. Huge. Do you remember when Bitcoin was 10 times as much of Ethereum? Do you remember? Bitcoin was 200 million and then Ethereum was just 20 million. Well, now they're neck and neck. All right, just showing you a lot of institutions. Kind of funny, friends. I'm watching Ivan. It is hilarious. The institutions are one cycle behind us. So they're talking about Ethereum 2020 talking points. They're calling Ethereum like the Apple Store of the internet and, the future of the DeFi. I'm like, bro, what do you mean the DeFi, bro? We're on to the Ponzi's now. You know what I mean? We tried that stuff. But the institutions, they're finally coming in and getting excited. Look, friends, this is the thing, man. You just trust me. All right. I know it's hard, but every time when these cycles and big things are done, I walk away saying the same thing. I was like, man, why did I ever doubt it? Why did I ever doubt it? Nothing ever changes. Nothing. It's still humans, you know. We're in the eye of the beast now. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's like, man, it's taking forever. Are they really going to come buy our bags up? Yes, man. Yes, they will. I'm telling you now, man, no one wants to be first. No one. They all want to be second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and even seventh. Bit mining is going to convert holdings to soy to raise 300 million for a Soylana focused strategy. Bit mining may as well rename to shit mining. I mean, bro, the SOL-eth ratio is dropping down already. That speaks volumes for the price action. You know what I mean? Like you're listed everywhere. You've got a Soylana ETF coming up. Why is SOL-eth ratio going down? Answer that for me. Why is SOL-eth ratio going down? I'll tell you the answer. I told you the answer. It's priced in. Everyone knows about it. Every single person in crypto is on there. Okay? Friends, if you got one of those Q-tip mouth swabs and you checked the gums of all of the Soylana users' mouths, you will find foot gum juice from the LA Vape Cabal. Check all their mouths. I want a mouth swab test. Ivan, Crypto Banter, even Raul. All of them. LA Vape Cabal, all of them. And check the gums of the prostitute cabal girl as well. They've been priced in, bro. You've had a year and a half. What, a year and a half of running up only wasn't enough for you? You want another year and a half? Friends, look, man, I got nothing against them. But Carver's going to get you guys. He's just so arrogant. You're like, ha, ha, ha. I'm in the coin with all the adoption and you're not. Shh, bro, just shut the truck up, all right? What adoption did Doge have last cycle? It did a 250x. What adoption did SHIB have? What adoption did Cardano have, by the way? It didn't even have DeFi. It didn't even have smart contracts. It was one of the biggest winners. Adoption. Bro, everyone's adopted Ethereum, EVM. What do you mean adoption? Once again, it's because of the price. Okay, that's literally it. Okay, the green candle is monthly. It's up. So then all of their stories and logical explanations follows. Okay, I've seen it thousands of times. Because I sit here, I'm like, bro, what do you mean your adoption, bro? Your formula missed, 18 of 19 unicorns. You know what I mean? So what about XRP, bro? Hey, genius. You didn't get your 600% on XRP, did you? No, you didn't. So you'll see it all play out, friends. You'll see it all play out. Tether has minted $1 billion on Tron. So this is the lifeblood of crypto. More billions of dollars coming in. If you're holding them, sad day for you. You're a cuck in the hotel cuck chair. You're earning no yield. But you know what? You make my PDI look better, you know? NASDAQ listed K-Wave Media secures $1 billion funding to to its Bitcoin treasury strategy. That's awesome. So we're going to see all these companies FOMO. Look, I just got a feeling, man. Look, we're going to start making a list of companies that you and I like don't take seriously and respect. Like Peter. You know, like Peter, where they're always like, hey, let's kill 15 human babies to save one little pet duck. You know? There's other companies out there you and I just were like, you know what? I think it's done. You know, if they touch your altcoin, you know it's done. What are we talking about? Well, remember in 2021, the top of the NFT mania, Pepsi and Meta, Facebook. Do you remember, friends? The famous tweets? And I've got it right here, okay? This is going to look great in the metaverse. You know it, friend. Welcome, brand. Wag me. Thanks, friend. On the far right, friends, you see that? So, you know when that was happening, you know we all knew it was over. All of us. The thing is, we didn't own NFTs. We were not JPEG connoisseurs. Had a bit of like the JPEGs. You know, you got to lose money on some of them. But we didn't have like the big bulk of them. You know, if you saw that, you're like, oh, wow, I'm dumping my $1 million JPEG. But no, here's the thing, friends. It's the hardest thing to know. The person who's so switched on to these signals never has the stuff in the first place because you're like seeing 15,000 warning signs saying you're getting scammed. And that's the one that makes it to the end. That's why I believe we are going to see a similar moment where maybe some company comes in, like that's why I don't know why I just keep saying Peter, you know, animal activists, whatever it is. Just there's some of the loser companies out there where you know if they put Bitcoin on the treasury, it's game over. It's totally game over. Waiting for that moment. Michael Chad Saylor has said, the halls of eternity echo with the cries of those who sold their Bitcoin. This type of nerd talk, I really like it. It's also up only green, you know, man, you're trying really hard here, but I like it. You know, it plays into his character. He's like a Dungeons and Dragons nerd out here with the up only Ponzi. So don't forget, friends, I do love and appreciate you. He says, cracking out all the news. I've got Mr. Master, friend. It's been 3 hours since you posted this. I know, friends. I know. A bricked computer. Literally, the Matrix is coming. The Matrix is coming. I'm prepared. I don't know if they know what they're up for. All right? That's what I'm just saying. Okay, so month of July is cranking on through. We don't know if the cycle's really going to end soon or not. There's not enough signals yet. That's pretty much what it's come down to. Ethereum's next target, okay, is that CME gap. We can start to talk about this $7,000 number, but I don't want to jinx any of that. I just want to see a flash pump, okay, friends? I've got more content here coming for you. Pray for my PC. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.